مرحبا. لاعب محترف بيحمل الجنسيتين اللبنانية والأميركية، مواليد 13 حزيران 2000، بيلعب حاليا بالدوري اللبناني للدرجة الأولى B1 مع فريق كاواساكي برايف ثندرز لموسم 2025-2026، وبيلبس قميص رقم 1. برز كواحد من المواهب الهجومية الصاعدة بكرة السلة اللبنانية، وتميز بقدرته العالية على التسجيل. بلش مسيرته بلبنان مع فريق المريمين ديك المهدي الشانفيل بعد تخرجه من سارة لورنس كوليدج بالولايات المتحدة الأمريكية عام 2021. لعب بموسم 2024-2025 دور محوري مع فريق الحكمة بيروت، وحصل على جائزة أفضل لاعب بمنافسات المربع الذهبي بعد أداء استثناء أمام فريق بيروت يلي لعب معه موسم 2022-2023، وتسجل كان معدل تسجيله 20 نقطة بالمباراة. لعب فريق كاواساكي برايف ثندرز عمر جمال الدين. أهلا وسهلا فيك ضيف عزيز بالنهار وببرنامج بازر بيتر.
شكرا كثير for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. عم بتابع البرنامج؟ حضرت شي مرة بازر بيتر؟
I've been trying. Big time difference, but I've been trying.
عمر، شو رأيك بتجربة اللعب بالدوري اللبناني؟ شو بتقول للاعبين الأمريكيين من أصول لبنانية عن هالتجربة؟ وهل بتنصحهم يجوا يلعبوا بلبنان؟ وأي متى رح تصير تحكي لبناني منيح؟
هلا I'm learning Lebanese. هلا it takes time though. عن جد it's difficult because when I was growing up, like أمي إيطاليانا وباي لبناني بس you know they were both working. I actually grew up speaking Spanish a lot in the house because my babysitter only spoke Spanish. So Arabic now is going to be my third language, but I'm trying very hard. I have a tutor, and I think by the end of the year, inshallah, I will be able to speak. Yeah, أكيد. وفهمت كتير بس you know 50%.
Good. شو رأيك بالدوري؟ شو رأيك بتجربة اللعب بالدوري اللبناني؟
I mean, you know, I played 4 seasons in the Lebanese league. The first year I came was right after the revolution, and that was all local league. It was my first time away from home, and playing in the old local league is very different now than with 3 imports, you know. But I think the Lebanese talent has been getting better every year. Obviously, I think that you know we would benefit maybe from maybe a better development system. I feel like from when guys are younger to experience maybe higher levels of coaching. Like I've seen now being in Japan, the discipline and the work ethic, like we have it, but it's going to take time. I think we can be even better.
شو بتقول للاعبين الأمريكيين من أصول لبنانية عن هالتجربة؟ وهل بتنصحهم يجوا على لبنان؟ يجوا يلعبوا بلبنان؟
Oh, of course. I mean, look, my first year, like I said, it was right after the revolution, and I would have said, no, don't come. But this was a unique experience, and the country was struggling, and alhamdulillah, we made it out of that. You know, but now I think the league is flourishing, and I think everybody's doing a great job. So what I would say to a Lebanese American is come, and it's a special experience to play in your country, you know. So I'm very thankful I had that, and to anybody else, if they have the opportunity, it's something you definitely have to take.
ممتاز. شو الفرق بين الدوري اللبناني والدوري الياباني كأسلوب لعب، وبأي أسلوب لقيت حالك فعال أكتر؟
You know, anytime you go to a new league, you have growing pains because the style is very different, I would say, from Lebanon. I would say it's just my first year there, so still the Lebanese league fits my playing style better. But they're very aggressive, they're very physical. They play great team basketball. The Lebanese league, I feel like we rely more on imports. And it took time for me in Lebanon to develop my role to be more than just a role player. And in Japan, let's say I'm playing more on ball versus in Lebanon, I'm playing off ball a lot. So it's very different. I can't compare directly. It's night and day, honestly. But both very competitive leagues, and I love what they're doing in Japan.
أي أسلوب حبيت أكتر، الياباني ولا اللبناني؟
In terms of basketball style, it's a tough question, honestly. I would say, you know, from an everyday basis, I like the Japanese league better because from top to bottom, the league is very competitive. So every game you have, the 26 team can beat the number 1 team. Whereas in Lebanon, you know, there's some games there
It's
such
different.
a big difference between the top and bottom teams, and no disrespect to them, but just difference of size of country. Obviously, is 100+ million people in Japan, a few million people in Lebanon. So for that reason, I prefer the Japanese league, but I would say that the atmosphere in Lebanon and let's say playing for Sajas is different. You know, that's something that I miss.
تأقلمت مع الحياة اليومية باليابان؟ هل اللغة كانت عائق أو حاجز إلك؟
In Japan, yeah, the language is definitely a bit of a barrier. I would say more people speak English in Lebanon for sure. So that's been something to get used to. But I'm still trying to learn Arabic, so I can't learn Japanese yet. We're one step at a time.
كيف بتقضي وقتك بعيدا عن التمارين والمباريات؟
Honestly,
PlayStation?
at first, I didn't have a car in Japan, but once I rented a car, I started going around Tokyo more and exploring on my own. And then I guess if I'm tired, you know, I'll play Fortnite with Sergio, Ali Mizzer, Naeem, Rabai. So we spend our time together. We're all over there in the same time zone playing Fortnite, talking about our experiences.
فورتنايت.
Yes.
صح. في لبنانية بتلتقى معهم هونيك؟ في لبنانية، في كوميونيتي لبنانية هونيك؟
I don't think I've met any Lebanese in Japan. No. No, not one. We're representing Lebanon on our own.
حبيت الأكل الياباني؟
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I think I prefer Lebanese food and like Mediterranean diet in general, you
شو
know.
أطيب أكل حبيتها باليابان؟
مش sushi طيب, بس I like the steak the most. The steak is very good. Their quality of food in Japan is amazing. Like everything you eat there is very clean. You can go to any restaurant, you don't have to worry. So that's very nice.
صحيح.
Yeah.
عمر، تلقيت عروض من فرق يابانية للموسم المقبل؟ في عندك عروض من غير فريقك الحالي؟
You know, at this point in the season, it's tough to talk about those things. You know, maybe we could talk about it after the interview. But yeah, they do things a little bit differently in Japan. They start negotiations early in the season. I would say they try to get prepared for the next season ahead of time. So things are definitely ran differently over there.
Before league or after league or
Before the league ends,
Before league.
yeah, early.
early. هل فريقك الحالي عرض عليك يجدد لك عقدك ولا بعد هذا الحكي ما في منه؟
Hey, like I said, we can speak about it maybe a different time. I don't want to cause any controversy.
ممكن نشوفك بدوري آسيا وغير الدوري الياباني؟
It depends what they do with the rules. Obviously, it's a special opportunity to play in Japan because of the Asian import quota. So if that opens up in another league, you know, if someone wants to do that, then of course it'll be an option. It's a great experience, you know, to play outside and experience different leagues and cultures.
عمر، كل لاعب يحلم يطلع من بلد ويلعب بدوري بلد تاني. انت وقت تركت امريكا لتلعب بلبنان، شعرت انك تركت بلدك امريكا او شعرت انك جاي على بلدك لبنان؟
I mean, you know, that's a very difficult question because I feel like home is where your people are. And, you know, I'm very close with my parents and my friends and family in New York. So leaving them is leaving my home. But when I came to Lebanon, it's different than just going to a new place. You feel a connection and you learn so much about yourself and where you're from and where your family's from. So in that sense, and connecting with the people here and building a community, I mean, I have two homes now. So New York and Lebanon, they take up my heart. So it's different.
شو الأكتر شيء حبيته بلبنان؟
Honestly, I love going to the beach and relaxing and being by the water. I love being able to go into the mountains and just have fresh air and, you know, take everything, take in the sights and whatnot. So I think that's my favorite part, being in nature, and the whole vibe of the country is different than like growing up in New York. New York is like very fast paced and work. And I feel like in Lebanon, maybe I learned more to enjoy myself out of work and relax.
Thank you عمر. بدنا نروح على فقرة الصورة تتكلم. اول صورة عمر جمال الدين بالمنتخب. ليش دايما في لغط حول مشاركتك مع منتخب لبنان؟ في انطباع انك بتتهرب او بتتردد بالمشاركة مع المنتخب، ليش؟
You know, I feel like, you know, communication could be better between both parties. But I also feel like it's important, you know, that in any case, that the fans know that every window, if I'm healthy, I will be here. Anytime there's been controversies because of my health, and that's what comes with being a professional athlete. You're not always going to be healthy, especially when we're playing a lot of games. Like last window, I partially tore my labrum. It happened right before the window. People could go watch that game if they want. But it's a little disheartening, you know, when it feels like maybe things are taken out of context. I wouldn't say that I'm a perfect person or a perfect player. I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I've never made a mistake, you know. But if it was my choice and I could live in a perfect world and I'll never get hurt and I never been hurt, I'll play for the national team every single time. I mean, playing with the national team is the greatest, not only the greatest honor. If you're a basketball player at a high level, you want to play on the international level. This is not a question, you know. So it hurts me honestly that may be like my image, because that's never what I intended.
انت فخور بارتداء قميص منتخب لبنان؟ يعني بتفتخر تلبس هاي القميص؟
How many times I said I'm proud? I feel like proud is an understatement. I think it bothers me a little bit, the question, because it's like we wouldn't ask.
I know, but
no, I'm not saying for you. I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying like we wouldn't ask other guys this question. You know, there's guys who have missed games and missed windows. And you know, we're not gonna ask them, "Are you proud to be Lebanese? Are you not?" I feel like also because I'm Lebanese American, they try to push that narrative, you know. But I couldn't be more happy to play with the national team. Like, you know, some of my best memories are with these guys, and I'm friends with all of them. And just being around great players and great people is a great experience, aside from the basketball, you know. So the whole time I was in Japan, the first window, I was looking so forward to coming back. You know, being away from Lebanon is tough. So any excuse I had to come to Lebanon, I wanted to come and play in front of the fans and see my friends and everyone that I met along the way. So yeah, it's much more complicated than, you know, people would like to just see a headline and believe it and go with it. So we definitely have to have better communication in the future so that, you know, we don't have these issues.
بس نحن بنعرف واكيدين انه انت بتحب لبنان وانت فخور انك تلبس قميص لبناني. انا شخصيا مقتنع بهذا الشيء. الصورة اللي بعدها.
Thank you.
حلو. كان لافت فوزك بجائزة MVP All Stars Game. كيف كانت هالتجربة؟ وكنت حاطط هذا الهدف او كنت عم تستمتع باللحظة وباللعب وما كنت مفكر انه انت بدك تربح هيدي الجائزة؟
Yeah, I was definitely just enjoying the moment. I mean, some guys go into the All-Star game, you know, like they don't want to play or they want to relax because we have a lot of games and your body is tired for sure. But when I got there, I just felt like, you know, people are coming to see us. Like the Japanese fans are so nice and supportive. I wanted to enjoy the moment with them. And at the end of the day, I love playing basketball, you know, so playing in the All-Star game is like playing pickup basketball. Like when I grew up, I mean, that's like my comfort zone. So, yeah.
وتغير شيء من بعد ما ربحت الجائزة؟ حسيت في شيء تغير؟
I don't think anything changed. I mean, I guess we'll see.
بطلت شايف حالك شوي أكتر إنه هيك شايف حالك أكتر إنه أنا MVP All Stars Game؟
No, definitely not.
أوكي. الصورة اللي بعدها عمر جمال الدين حكماوي.
أكيد.
خلاص.
أكيد.
إنه أنت جاي تلعب مع الحكمة بالأدوار الحاسمة.
As long as we can work everything out, yeah, of course.
اوكي.
It's my guy, Stefan Moody, though. Shout out to Moody.
جمهور الحكمة عم يسأل دايما أي متى عمر رح يلتحق بالفريق؟
We are going to try and make it work for after the Japanese season ends, but obviously I'm focused on helping my team win as many games as possible in Kawasaki. And then when we get to the end of the season, we're going to try and work things out.
ما رح تكون معهم بالأدوار الحاسمة هلا يعني بالفاينل فور؟
No, I mean, I will, but you don't know what can happen. And, you know, when the season will end and they have certain things in Japan, certain protocol like media days that happen after the season. But I think everything will work out fine and I'll be back in time and there will be no issues.
عم بتتابع مباريات الحكمة؟ تحضر؟ عندك وقت الفرق الوقت بتقدر ترجع عم ترجع تحضر عم ترجع تشوف الفريق؟
Yeah, I try to watch the games live, but it's hard because we have morning practices in Japan. You know, the Lebanese league is already very late. So I watch the games the next day usually, but I watch all of them.
اجاك شي عروض بلبنان من غير الحكمة؟ في أندية غير الحكمة حكيت معك؟
I think right now it's a little early to be talking about those things, but you know, obviously teams are interested. But that's all I can say.
بس أنت ما يعني ما حدا حكي معك إنه تيجي تلعب معه؟ ولا ما حدا حكي معك؟ ولا ما بدك تقول؟
For the playoffs this year or for next season?
No, for next year. For playoffs this year or next year? Both.
They speak with my agent. I don't know. You know, I tell him to keep those things. I try to focus on the season, so they speak with him, and I do my job.
بس هي معروفة وين يعني حكمة.
For next season?
For this season.
For this season?
Suggest.
Yeah, for sure. This season, yes.
This season,
yeah.
suggest.
I'm saying
for next season.
For this season, the only thing I was saying is that just logistically, if there's any issues. But no, I would suggest for this season. For next season, I don't know. Can you predict the future?
Yes. طيب شو بتقول للجمهور الحكمة؟ بدي تقول لهم شيء بالياباني لجمهور الحكمة. تعرف تقول لهم شيء بالياباني ولا بعد؟
Yeah, I know a little bit. I'm trying to think of what to say. I mean, the simple thing to say is arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. You know, thank you to suggest fans. So,
no.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Okay. بدنا نشوف هلا إذا هن حيعرفوا شو أنت قلت لهم بالياباني. أوكي. الصورة اللي بعدها. هن ناطرينك أصلاً جمهور الحكمة يعني.
I'm very excited for them.
أوكي. كيف علاقتك مع يوسف خياط؟
Very good. I would say we got closer during the Asia Cup. I don't think we spoke too much before that. He was in the States. I was in Lebanon. But I feel like we're very similar, hardworking and very competitive guys. And, you know, being on the national team has given me an opportunity, and you know, for us to become closer. And hopefully we can keep building on that relationship. But he's a great guy.
ممكن تقدر تشكل انت وياه اخطر ثنائي بالدوري خاصة انه اثنيناتكم لاعبين اتلتيكس وبتحبوا الاوبن كورت.
Yeah, that would be very fun. You know, if that's a possibility, that'd be a great time. I think the fans would enjoy that a lot.
كيف بتشوف انت وياه ممكن تكونوا يعني تقدروا تاخذوا فريق الحكمة للمطرح اللي حابب هو يروح عليه؟
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously things sometimes are more difficult than they seem. Even if you have, you know, great talents on one team, it's going to take more than just us or whatnot. But I think we could work well together, and I think that for sure we can achieve great things.
Okay. الصورة اللي بعدها مروان خليل، جاد الحج، ولينوس جابرييل. لعبت مع 3 مدربين. وين لقيت حالك أكتر؟
You know, they were all at different parts of my career. It's difficult to say most comfortable. Marwan was my first coach for my first 2 seasons in Chanville and Beirut. And then Jad al-Hajj and Dinamo before we went to Sages. And Linos, you know, I think he has a special place for me in my basketball career because it was the most successful part of my career so far, and you know they all played a big role in my career. But
إذا بدك توصف كل واحد منهم بكلمة شو بتقول؟ مروان خليل أول شيء.
strong. Strong.
جات الحاج.
Tactical.
لينوس.
And one word is tough.
اثنين.
2 words. Strong and tactical.
ومين اللي صار معه كلاش؟ مين اللي مدرب اللي صار معه كلاش؟
Me and Jad a little bit. You know, it was a stressful year for both of us being our first time in Sagesse. You know, but I think that we figured it out by the end of the season and we made a great run. And I think I appreciate that time we had together.
وين حسيت حالك تعلمت أكتر شيء؟ استفدت أكتر شيء مع أي واحد منهم؟
I would have to say Linos. But I have to thank Coach Marwan also for helping me transition into Lebanon. Like I said, it was my first time away from my family and whatnot. It was a difficult time for me, but he helped me transition into the Lebanese league. And with Coach Jad, I grew into a different role. I became a big defensive role on the team. And then with Linos, I think that he helped me the most just flourish into my full capabilities, you know, which I've been trying to reach my whole time in Lebanon.
اوكي. الصورة اللي بعدها. أول مرة مع الكوتش أحمد فران.
Yes.
كيف توصف هالتجربة معه؟
It's a great experience so far. You know, he's a great guy off the court, which is important. I feel like as a coach for your relationship with your players. But when it's necessary on the court, he does everything that you need a high-level coach to do, and I'm excited to see like how the games go. Obviously, I haven't played any official games with him yet, but this is a different experience once it's game time.
كيف شايف المنتخب بشكل عام؟ يعني أنت مش أول مرة مع المنتخب، كيف شايف هيدي التشكيلة تبع المنتخب؟ هيدي نسخة من المنتخب.
You know, I would say this group is young but very talented, and I feel like it's the beginning of, you know, us starting to see what the next generation of the national team will look like. So I'm very excited for that, and it's great the chemistry that we have with each other, even off the court. I feel like everybody is friends, and I think that's super important to building for the future. But yeah, we have a great group of guys.
شو متوقع يكون دورك بالمنتخب هلا بهالفترة؟
I would say, you know, maybe in the past my role would be more limited to just defensively, but I think now, you know, if Wael or Amir or Ali Mizzer or Mansour, Sergio, if they're not on ball, I think I have more opportunities to help facilitate on offense, continue to be an off-ball threat, and then getting back to basics, playing hard defense, helping the team any way I can. I feel like, I mean, I do a lot of things on the court, so it's hard to say what exactly my role would be. I'll help in rebounding for sure, you know. So I mean, we have a lot. Like I said, we have a lot of great players at many different positions. I feel like I just kind of fit in wherever we need in the game, so it might change at any time.
بتحب تاخد أكثر أدوار دفاعية ولا هجومية؟
It's not about what I prefer, honestly. I love both sides of basketball. I can't say I prefer one over the other, but I mean, it's nice to score the ball, but the feeling when you stop the other team's best player is also great.
اوكي الصورة اللي بعدها.
Interesting
جاد
photo
سعادة،
selection.
بعدين محمد لبابيدي، بعدين جاد سعادة. ليفت هذا الشيء، غيرت من واحد لواحد من واحد، مش هيك؟ بلشت مع جاد، رحت مع محمد، رجعت مع جاد. مزبوط؟
Yes.
اوكي، ليش؟ أول شيء بنوجه تحية لاثنين، اثنيناتهم بنحبهم
Yes.
وبنعزهم.
Yes.
شو الفرق بين الاثنين؟
I don't feel like you ask other people questions this difficult. The difference, man. What am I gonna say? Contract negotiations or
who's better?
Who's better in negotiations? I'm the best. No, they're both very good. But Jad Saadeh found me. He discovered me in America and introduced me to Lebanese basketball. So for that, I'm very indebted to him. It was like I said, it was my first time in Lebanon. I was going through many different things, many different emotions. I wanted to try, what it would be like to be with another agent. Lababidi is a great guy. But at the end of the day, like I said, Jad was the one that brought me to Lebanon. And we have a very special connection even outside of basketball. So that's why I'm with Jad. And, we're making great things happen.
Now you are with Jad?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. شو الصفة يلي بتفتش عليها بالايجنت؟ يعني انت شو بتقول انا بدي هذا الايجنت لانه عنده هيدا الصفة؟
I think most important is someone that's going to be looking out for what's best for you and not the teams. And obviously the teams need help also. It's not just for players. But for your career, you want to make sure that they look out for your best interests. They're in constant communication with you and that you're a main priority for them. And then outside of that, they have to be business savvy and they have to be good with numbers and see the long-term pictures. Maybe sometimes an agent will only see the short term or the deal in front of them, but you have to be on the same page as them. So I think communication is key.
ممتاز. آخر سؤال.
Oh. Only one picture with my dad, he's gonna be upset. 2 pictures
Your mom?
with my mama and one with dad. Tough. Baba's gonna be upset.
تعرف قد ايه تعذبت لجبت صور؟ ما في صور.
I know, because I purposely don't post them. Because they're for me, not for anybody else.
Yes. عمر صحيح انه بايك بيشارك بمفاوضات وبياخد اوقات بياخد مرات دور الايجنت؟
He's my everything. So, sometimes he helps me out. I wouldn't say there's direct business implications for him. He's my best friend. He's my advisor unofficially. So whenever I need his help, he's right there for me. So in that sense, yeah.
انت متأثر بأمك أكتر ولا ببيك؟
Well, these questions got harder. Oh my God. Sure, influenced. I mean, just as a man, I would say I'm more influenced by my father, obviously. In terms of like everyday life, maybe like career and whatnot. But also as a man, you have to have an emotional side and a social side. And my mother has influenced me greatly in that sense. But they're both very kind and loving people and both super hardworking. I feel like they're both similar. So they both influenced me a lot. I wouldn't be anywhere without them. So I wish we could do the whole segment on that.
امك تدخلت بقراراتك بكرة السلة؟ يعني بتغير لك قرارك او يعني اذا شي مرة عم تاخد قرار تقول لك امك لا مثلا انا بقول لك اعمل هيك تعمل؟ يعني امك بتتدخل بقراراتك بالباسكت؟
It's not like she intervened, but she honestly has a different viewpoint than me and my dad. Me and my dad are thinking very career based. And my mom is always just concerned about my health and my happiness, and so she'll have her input in what situation she thinks they'll take best care of me. She was very happy with Suggest because she felt like they took care of me as one of their family. So she has put her input that way.
مين بتزبط معه أكتر بيك ولا أمك؟
They move like one. I can't say either one. They're like one brain sometimes. So I don't know.
Okay, finish صورة تتكلم. Did you like it?
I loved it, but it felt like a lot of pressure, but I loved it.
You know كابيلي؟ كابيلي is our sponsor. بدي أقول مبروك للفايز بجائزة كابيلي يلي هو فاوتشر بقيمة $100، وبدي أقول يلي حابب يربح كمان فاوتشر بقيمة $100 يعمل فيديو حلو عن عمر جمال الدين أو عن فريق كاواساكي برايف ثندرز، يكون مبين عمر ويعمل منشن لعمر جمال الدين لفريق كاواساكي للنهار ولكابيلي. إذا بدكم لنهولها عليكم أكتر كمان اللي حابب يربح يعمل فيديو عن عمر وقتها كان بالحكمة، كمان يعمل منشن لعمر للحكمة لكابيلي للنهار. ومبروك للفايز، وكمان برافو للي عم بيشاركوا بالمسابقة. ثانك يو كابيلي. يلا خلينا نحضر نحن وياك الستوري اللي
انت معروف عنك مدرب رايق، شفتك عم تعمل عم تتفاعل بشكل مخيف بالاخر مع الجمهور لما حسيت انه خلص صار مدة.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire.
عمر انت لاعب كتير اتليتكس واكسبلوزيف، كيف بتشتغل على لياقتك؟ وهل بتعتقد بعدك قادر تعلي من مستواك البدني؟
For me, my off season is very important. My trainer from back home, I've worked with for a long time, and he gets me in very good shape. But I think that people underestimate how important the weight room is for basketball. I've been training, I would say, all my life, focusing on making sure that I'm doing the most I can for my athleticism. So it's not something that I was just born with, but we put in a lot of time and effort.
لافت انك لاعب تو واي، بتحط نفس المجهود على الهجوم وعلى الدفاع رغم انك هداف سكورر. هل مجهودك الدفاعي بأثر على فعاليتك الهجومية؟ وهل الدفاع بالنسبة لك عقلية أو واجب؟
You know, in the beginning, when I took on a big defensive role, that was what was tough for me for a while. Was being able to give a lot of energy on defense and then be able to be efficient on offense. It took me time to adapt. I feel like last playoffs, I kind of figured out the balance, because when you're playing very hard defense, you might lose energy, let's say like in your legs, so your shot is short, or you have less energy to push the ball in transition. It's hard to balance, but I think I'm starting to figure it out.
يعني بس وقت تحس حالك عم بتدافع بتعتبر انه منك قادر تعطي اكتر على الهجوم ولا العكس؟
I would say it just depends, like, on what you start the game off with. You know, if you start the game off being very aggressive on offense, it's going to be hard for you to go back on defense every possession and guard the other team's best player. But let's say you start the game more passive on offense, you're going to have more energy on defense. And then maybe for the rest of the game, you're going to be trying to catch up on the offensive end. You know, so you have to be very focused on conserving your energy in between plays. Let's say if you're going to play both sides of the ball at a high volume.
ليه في التطور مستواك موسم بعد التاني بتعتبر حالك صرت قادر تاخد كلاتش شوت وتنهي مباريات متقاربة بالوقت الحاسم؟ وهل تحسين الشوطة بيسهل لك الاختراق تحت السلة؟
Yeah, I would say in the Lebanese league, the paint is very packed, you know, so having an outside shot is very important. Before I was a professional, a lot of my buckets were at the rim, you know, just off my athleticism. But working on my shots opened up my game a lot, so that, you know, teams have to respect me, and then it opens up my lane to drive. So yeah, shooting is very important.
تحسين الشوطة بيسهل لك الاختراق تحت السلة، يعني بس كون عندك شوطة منيحة بتصير تقدر تخرق أحسن تحت السلة، يعني بصير عندك أوبسيون أكتر.
Yeah, أكيد. Yeah, that's what I was saying. When my shot got better, teams have to respect it. They have to come out more, and then I can use my speed to attack, and the paint is more open. So definitely, shooting is very important, and it helped me a lot.
عمر بتتميز على الترانزيشن اوفنس بسرعتك وقدرتك على الهجوم كوست تو كوست، وتحسم او تنهي مباريات متقاربه. هل بتحس حالك بنفس الخطوره 5 on 5 ام سلاح الاوبن كورت هو العلامه الفارقه لك؟
Yeah, open court has definitely been my biggest weapon, but I think being able to play the pick and roll better, which I've been learning a lot this year, has allowed me to be more effective in the half court. And then, like I said, shooting well from outside has made my half-court game much more efficient. So I'll say it's balanced now. But going back before, I forgot to answer your question on being ready for clutch situations, and I think that comes with just having more responsibility and being in the moment a lot. I know we've been to back-to-back finals with Suggest, and I played in a lot of competitive games and had a lot of minutes, so I think my experience helps me prepare for those moments.
انشهر لك أكتر من دانكس وفي منهم بأوقات حساسة من المباراة. هل بتعتبر الدانكس بهيك ظروف مخاطرة أو بتلحق إحساسك واندفاعك بغض النظر عن الوقت والتمركز الدفاعي؟
I would say it's just instincts. I'm not like looking to dunk the ball, but if at that time I need to get to the rim explosively and there's someone in my way, and that's the only option, then I'll go up and try to go for a dunk. Or if the play is, an alley-oop drawn up for me, then yeah, of course I gotta go dunk it. But it's not like in my mind like I want to take a risk and go dunk the ball, because obviously it's, if you have a layup and you could take it easily, why not?
بتحس هي مخاطرة ولا خلص ما بتقعد تفكر إذا مخاطرة ولا مش مخاطرة، أنا بدي أعمل دانك وخلص؟
I don't feel like I'm taking a risk, but maybe as I get older I want to preserve my knees, so I won't dunk as much.
ممتاز. كتار بيعتقدوا إنك خطر لما تكون الطابة بإيدك وبتخف خطورتك بالأوف بول. هل بتوافق على هالشي؟
No, I actually don't agree, because it's when you say off ball and on ball, I mean, I don't play the one a lot in Lebanon. I'm playing technically off ball. Obviously, you're gonna need the ball to score, but meaning I worked a lot on my catch and shoot. So if someone else creates and kicks it out to me, I feel comfortable with that shot. Playing off ball, getting to a post up, I guess you can consider that on ball. But I also learned a lot in Japan about playing off ball and off ball movement. So cutting, getting open without the ball. Yeah, I think I'm equally as dangerous now.
هل صحيح إنه إذا صعبوا لك الاختراق على جهة اليمين بحطوا من خطورتك على التسجيل؟ بتصير صعب عليك تسجل؟
I mean, if they've been trying, they haven't really been doing that good of a job to restrict me from going right. So I have a left hand. If they want to force me left, they should try it.
بتحب تلعب بفلو هجومي منظم وفيه كتير اكشنز او بتفضل الايزوليشن والتو مان جيم؟
I rather not a lot of actions. I rather just either play isolation or play a two-man game with the big. I feel like that's just how I played growing up. More
space?
Yeah, more spacing, and I feel like I'm a good one-on-one player. So I feel like the actions maybe complicate things. At the end of the day, if I have the matchup that I want, if we get a good switch, or if the big sets a good screen and he's open, or I can attack the basket off of it, I like that. I like that better.
أي دوري أسرع اللبناني أو الياباني؟
Faster?
Yes.
Japanese league.
Japanese.
Yeah.
وفيزيكال أكتر أيه؟
Japanese league.
فيزيكال أكتر. وهل بتشوف سرعتك قوتك البدنية أدفانتج بلبنان واليابان، أو اضطريت تغير بأسلوب لعبك تتأقلم بالدوري الياباني؟
There are faster guards over there, so I think what helps me the most is my strength and size at the guard position. So that has definitely been something that I've been trying to utilize the most over there. And I would say I'm a physical player, but physicality is not just, what the players are doing. It's also how the game is being reffed, So I would say in Lebanon, they call a lot more fouls, and over there they let a lot of things go, and so that's something you have to adjust to. And like, physicality is different everywhere.
شو الأصعب لعمر جمال الدين، التحضير البدني أو الانضباط الذهني؟
I would say mental, because I don't think it's talked about enough, and I was always so focused on like being as physically prepared as possible, or working on my skill set as much as I can. And then you get to a certain level and you start to realize that basketball is maybe 75% mental, so I think that's been something I've been adjusting to, but it's difficult, but it's really important.
وأيه الأهين يعني بتحس حالك أنت وقت تكون عم تتحضر بدنيا أهين من إنه تكون عم تتحضر ذهنيا؟
For me, because I think that, we're all creatures of habit. So for me, I've just been doing that my whole life. I mean, ever since I can remember. I mean, You guys saw the picture of my dad. He works out. And he's worked out my whole life, and he was a lot bigger than that before. So he put weights in my hand when I was young, and I always been really motivated to be in the best physical shape. So for me, that's easy, I would say.
عمر خلال زيارتك للبنان هلا التقيت بحدا من الحكمة ولا بعد؟
Honestly, I had very limited time here. I got to Lebanon, and then we left for Serbia. Came back from Serbia today, and I did the interview just for you. So I haven't had time yet, but I really want to meet up with the guys. It's on my priority for sure before I go back to Japan.
التقيت حدا من الإدارة، التقيت الكوتش جو غطاس، حكيت مع حدا ولا ما صار لك تحكي مع حدا؟
Yeah, we will. We're setting it up. Like I said, the schedule has been tough.
مين أقرب لاعب لك بفريق الحكمة؟ مين أقرب لاعب لعمر جمال الدين بفريق الحكمة؟
From this season or last season?
This season.
This season.
هلا in this team.
In this team, I would say I talk the most to Big Baby. Do you know him by his nickname or by his job at Harris? Yeah.
Big baby.
Yeah, we call him Big Baby.
من last season.
Naeem Rabai.
نعيم رباي. Okay.
But I mean, I was close to everybody on the team. Bobo, Aziz, Gerard, Jad, everybody.
أكيد طبيعي. مين أقرب لاعب لك بالمنتخب؟
Right now, Lucas is his first window, but he's Lebanese American like me also, and we've been through the whole process together. He's like my brother. I would say outside of Lucas, maybe Sergio, I'm closest with. But we're a very close team. It's hard to pick one guy, even while we've been hanging out more, talking.
بس الأقرب لوكاس هلا؟
Yeah, for sure.
لوكاس. أوكي. عمر ممكن نشوفك يوما ما بقميص الرياضي؟
You trying to get me in trouble? I don't know. Anything is possible, but my heart is would suggest for sure. It's tough to say. It's
أوكي. تعرف غنية
it's tough.
الحكمة؟ تعرف غنية الحكمة؟
انت وقلبك قولوا حكمة.
شو
أكيد.
بتعمل؟ تعطي ايدك قلبك لا؟
إيه. You want me to do it again?
يلا.
يلا okay. انت وقلبك قولوا حكمة. This is gonna go viral. They're gonna make fun of me now.
طيب ميد اور مس؟ تعرف شو يعني ميد اور مس؟
Okay.
اوكي يلا فيرست كويشن. انت لبناني او امريكاني؟
Lebanese.
دانك او 3 بوينتس؟
Dunk.
ستيفن مودي او زاك لوفتن؟
Both of them.
1 يلا
لا,
واحد.
both of them. No.
طيب اصعب لاعب دفعت عليه؟
Jordan Stevens.
افضل نصيحة تلقيتها؟
Stay the course.
قلبك عم بدق مغروم؟
I'm not in love right now. Basketball is my love.
لاعب تتمنى يكون بفريقك؟
A player who? Lucas Saleh.
اصعب لاعب دافع عليك؟
Toughest player who defended me? Kareem Zainoun.
اقرب صديق لك بالباسكت in general؟
In general, كمان Lucas.
كمان لوكاس اوف.
Yeah.
قرار ندمت عليه؟
شو اوف. It's bad to have a best friend.
all time لوكاس. قرار ندمت عليه؟
I don't regret anything. Everything happens for a reason. Alhamdulillah, I'm in the position I am because of the decisions I made.
انت جاوبت على 7 اسئله بس انا كفيت لك الباقي. انت ما تزعل.
I failed?
3 question only.
Okay.
ليش قلت اثنين؟ ستيفن مودي وزاك لوفتن، ليش نقيت الاثنين؟ انت اذا بدك تنقي واحد ايه بتنقي؟ عن جد.
I know you want me to pick just one, but it's tough because Zach was with us the whole season, and I feel like he was preparing me for that moment. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what happened with the team and him, but he wasn't able to finish the season with us. So then Stephen Moody came in, and from the beginning, Moody came up to me, told me like, you know, what he thought of me basketball-wise and how much he believed in me, and that meant a lot to me also. But both of them believed in me a lot. And like I said, Zach was preparing me all season for that moment, and then Moody, I think, played very well with me, and you know, he really was a big part of that playoff run and how I performed.
عمر معقولة منك مغروم بعد؟ ما في حدا بحياتك قلبك ما عم بدق؟ عايش لحالك؟
It's tough, man. I'm moving around a lot. I'm very focused, but you know, if the right person comes around, it'll
هلا
be
بس
great.
ترجع على لبنان بدك تحط عليتك براسك وتقرر خلاص. في كتير ناطرين.
You know, you never know. Like I said, you never know.
You never know.
I would love a great, you know,
بس في كتير لا.
Lebanese wife to come around.
حابب تتعرف على هذا.
Yes, of course.
خلاص عندي أنا راح أعرفك أحد.
You got. Thank you. Thank you.
دانك أو 3 بوينت؟
I said dunk.
دانك واي؟
It's, I mean, hitting a 3-point shot is like, it's not that it's easy, but it's not special. Dunking the ball gets, you know, everyone excited, you know. So I think dunk for sure.
أوكي حبيت ميد أور ميس؟
It was great. It was great.
أوكي. سؤال سلاش، you know سلاش؟
Yes.
وديع الحاج؟
Yes, of course.
أوكي. كمان وديع سبونسر؟
Oh my God.
طيب. First question.
Bro. Okay, first question.
شو هو أكبر تصور خاطئ عند اللاعبين اللبنانية عن الاحتراف بآسيا؟
The biggest misconception Lebanese players have about playing like outside of Lebanon,
In Asia.
in Asia.
Yes.
I don't know any misconceptions they have. Do you have one maybe that?
No.
No?
بس
I feel like they understand that it's different than the Lebanese league.
يعني انت صار عندك تجربة بآسيا. شو الفكرة يلي اخدينا غلط اللاعبين اللبنانيين عن هاي التجربة بآسيا وتحديدا إذا بدك باليابان؟
I would say maybe that the level of competition is not as high as Lebanon, but like I said, it's a very high level of competition. So maybe that's a misconception they have.
اوكي، شو كانت أكتر لحظة شعرت فيها بالوحدة خلال رحلتك الاحترافية برات بلدك؟ وشو اكتشفت بحالك أو شو تعلمت عن حالك من هالتجربة؟
My first season in Japan, my first season in Lebanon, you know, the whole country was experiencing power outages, so not having electricity in my apartment for half the day and half the night, being by myself, not being able to communicate with my family back home, those were very long nights, and it really tested me, and I think it was testing how bad do I want to be a professional basketball player, how bad do I want to succeed. And it taught me that I'm very determined. And yeah, I learned a lot about myself in those times.
عمر، إذا في لاعب لبناني هلأ شاب عم يحضرك وعنده حلم يحترف برات بلده، شو الحقيقة يلي لازم يسمعها؟ مش شو بيتمنى يسمع، شو الحقيقة اللي لازم يسمعها؟
Okay, yeah, I think the hard truth he needs to hear is that life is not fair. Fair is not in the vocabulary of life. So don't focus on maybe what this guy has, what that guy has. Just focus on your own path. You know, things are not going to work out how you expect them to work. I think you can set out a plan and life will laugh in your face, you know. So you just have to believe. You have to have a deep belief in your faith and in your abilities. And just stay the course. That's what, you know, my veterans always told me, especially my first couple of years overseas. Nothing is going to work out perfectly. So if you're working hard, if you're working smart, I think that's also very important. It's not just working hard. You have to be creative and listen to as many, you know, knowledgeable people as you can. And it's not about if, it's about when. So if you stay the course long enough, things will work out.
شو أكتر وحدة حبيتها عمر؟ Which one?
I mean, the one of me eating the ramen looks the most like me. I think I look Turkish in the other two. I mean, me in a suit with a watch, I never had that on, so that's cool too.
شو قصة هيدا ريحة الإجران؟ أنت وائل شفنا فيديو امبارح أنت وائل ريحة الإجران ما
He was at, oh man, I don't even think people want to hear anything about it anymore. He was just being, we were just being silly. I mean, he said it smelled like feet on the bus. And then he looked at me and I had no socks on. And I was like, my feet don't smell. And then he was recording me and I was like, whatever, bro, post it. Do whatever you want. and then we had to make a video explaining ourselves. Now we're talking about it on the interview. I didn't think it was going to be world news.
هيدا وائل.
وائل خيي.
بس هيدا وائل.
اوكي.
حبيتها؟ حبيت سلاش؟
Yes, it's very nice. It's very nice. He's very creative. I think he does a great job. You know, it's important. It's important. Marketing is very important for our league, especially globally. So it's very nice.
وديع شاطر. من هني لوديع.
For sure.
هذا كاس وديع. Cheers.
Cheers to وديع.
وديع. XXL. كمان سبونسر.
I'm sure it tastes great.
يلا آخر سؤال. تورنينج بوينت بحياتك برعاية أبراج ديفلوبمنتس. يلي حابب يشتري أو يستثمر بقبرص ما له غير يتصل بأبراج ديفلوبمنتس يلي عندهم أكثر من 24 مشروع بقبرص، وأكيد في مشاريع تسلمت، في مشاريع عم تتسلم، وفي مشاريع راح ينعلن عنها قريبا. أحلى وأمن استثمار بقبرص مع أبراج ديفلوبمنت. حابب تشتري شيء بقبرص؟
I've never been to Cyprus. I would have to go first to see if it's something I'm interested in, but I hear great things about it.
لازم تروح هالسنة.
We're gonna go? You're gonna take me?
لازم تشتري لتروح.
Okay, I think we should go then buy the property.
روح.
Yes.
تروح معي؟
Of course I'll go with you, yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna buy the property with me? You...
أنا بشتري الأرض وأنت بتشتري البيت.
Okay.
عمر شو التورنينج بوينت بحياتك؟ شو الشيء اللي غير لك حياتك؟ أنت صرت هون، أنت صرت عمر جمال الدين.
There's not one turning point. I think just being very self-reflective, being blessed with the parents that I have, the community around me growing up, having really great friends and family. But like I said, it's hard to say like one turning point. I think living a happy and successful life is just being able to take the ups and the downs and being around people you love and having them help you through it also. I would say an interesting, small turning point. Not small. I think it was pretty large actually. I worked with Maria Saab before the playoffs last year. And like I said, like we spoke about before, the mental side is not easy. We grow up as athletes focusing a lot on the physical, and she was able to help me a lot. And I guess you could see the results, But just, I think in general, people have to spend time with their own thoughts and just be a little bit more self-reflective. I think I've always tried to take as much accountability for my actions as possible, and that's helped me, a great deal in my life.
عمر إذا بتقول thank you لشخص واحد لمين بتقول thank you? One person.
I can't say it's mom and dad. خلص. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
ما هن واحد لا.
They're one.
Okay.
Thank you.
عمر thank you.
Thank you.
حبيت؟
I loved it. Yeah. I was a little nervous at first, but now I'm more comfortable.
Thank you عمر.
Thank you very
much. Good luck. لكل شيء بتعمله أكيد. Good luck لك باليابان، وبس ترجع لبنان كمان good luck.
Thank you.
ومن نسلم على أمك وبيك.
Yes, أكيد.
ونقول لهم thank you لعمر. Thank you أنكم جبتوا عمر.
Thank you guys for having me. One thing I want to say, a very important Ramadan Kareem to everybody and happy Lent.
Yes.
It's not often that both holidays are at the same time, and I think especially in Lebanon, it's something that's very special. We, as a culture, are have always been very progressive in the region. So I think it's important for all of us to celebrate together in this time. And I'm happy to be here right now during Ramadan and Lent. I think it's all a very special moment. So.
نتمنى لك رمضان كريم كمان لك ولعائلتك وأكيد لكل اللبنانيين، وصوم مبارك كمان بالصوم مع رمضان ذات الشيء. عن جد نحن نقول لك ثانك يو أول شيء، وبعرف إنه قد وقتك مضغوط وما كان معك كتير وقت لنعمل انترفيو. ثانك يو لك وثانك يو لكل اللي تابعونا. أكيد موعدنا الأسبوع المقبل مع ضيف جديد. ثانك يو لكم وإلى اللقاء.